Hi friends, Judy Tuttle here from Tuttle Up Stamping. I'm in Midland, Texas, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. So happy to be with you here today for day number 22 of my 31 days of Facebook Lives in January. I've so enjoyed this. I hope you guys have enjoyed it too. I'm coming on kind of abruptly. My plan was to come on it later this afternoon, but some plans changed, and I thought, I better get it in right now, or else it may not happen. So, thanks for joining me on YouTube and Facebook Live right now. I have a fun gift box to show you that I designed and created late last night. I got a bee in my bonnet, a bug in my ear, however you want to say it, and I just got on a roll, and I thought I better finish this up right now before I go to bed tonight. So, happy Wednesday. I just got back from getting my hair cut and color touched up, and I feel fresh and I feel ready to go. So let me know you're here. Pop into the comments, say hi, let us know where you're from. While you guys are doing that, I'm going to go over here and just talk about a few things, and then we'll get started on today's project. If you spend $180 with me during celebration time, that means you qualified for 3 celebration free items. I have a special class for you in March. So everyone who spends cumulative total of $180 with me in January and February will get a free class from me called the Terrific Toadstools class. There's a bundle in the mini catalog called Terrific Toadstools. It's a stamp and punch bundle. And thank you, Kathy. And there is paper in celebration. So I'm going to put those two together, create 5 cards, 5 projects. I won't necessarily say cards. Some of them may not be cards. For you in March, if you, for free. I'll send them to you in the mail. If you're local, we'll have a little celebration party here at my house. And it's just another little perk that I will give you for shopping with me during celebration. So I hope you guys will consider being a part of that. And that's over. My cookies and cards class sold out yesterday. I have no more room for people in my home on February the 10th. So it's going to, hi Imelda, thanks for joining me. And last, there's a great time to join Stampin' Up right now. Once or twice a year, they have a special incentive, and this is it for celebration. Let me get rid of my banner up there. If you join celebration right now, January and February, they're going to give you everything that you see here in the picture for free, on top of $125 worth of stuff for $99. On top of free shipping. Okay, so what a great deal. If you guys don't like the stamp set in these marker bundles, you can still join and get a 20% discount for as long as you want. There's no pressure for you to do what I do. What I do is in the top 1% of all the demonstrators who belong to Stampin' Up. So if you want to just get a discount and join me, I would love to have you on my team, and you can reach out to me, and I will also put a link in the description after this video is over. Okay? All right, let me get rid of that, and let's get started doing some stamping. I'm going to talk to you about what I'm going to do. Let me move to my hands here. So, funny thing happened today. Well, it wasn't really funny. It was kind of scary, but it all turned out okay. I decided after I got my hair cut to go pick up my grand puppy. Kristen and Ryan's dog, Chester, is quite a bit bigger than my dog, Rory. They're both golden doodles, but he's probably, I don't know, a foot taller, 6 inches taller or more, and they love to be together. And Rory has been so bored because I'm working, Jim's gone, it's cold outside, she's getting into mischief. So I went to pick up Chester, and as I was trying to hold on to him to get him in my car, he took off flying, you guys, and I flew right into the side of the car and hit the ground. It was crazy. I'm okay, but it scared the daylights out of me because I had a friend who that happened to, and she tore her rotator cuff in her shoulder and had to have surgery, and it was terrible. So I was laying there going, please don't let me don't let me have anything broken, but I was fine. Okay, so blah blah blah. That's my story for today. Good afternoon, Laura. So Sale-a-bration is going on right now. So during Sale-a-bration, for every $60 you spend, you can pick something free out of this catalog. So I haven't even shown you the Corner in Bloom set yet. That's a beautiful one. We have done the heart-shaped. Now it's currently unavailable, but it'll be back in the next week or so, it looks like. The Blooming Impressions you've seen me use over and over. Dance With Me, I just ordered for myself. We'll see how that turns out. Pick a Season, I did on Sunday. I haven't played a lot with the Fresh Freesia ribbon yet, but I will. The Toadstool Garden 6x6 paper. This is some of the paper that you're going to get free with the Toadstool class in March if you qualify for it, okay? Celebrate Your Way. I did a couple cards with that. The Starstruck embossing folder. I've only done one card with Friendly Seagulls, but we'll do more. The fruit paper you've seen. I haven't played with the kit yet, but I will. And just this week, I did Documenting the Day using this fun stamp set right there, okay? All week long, though, we have been focusing on the Beautiful Bokeh Suite. It's on pages 38 through 41 of the mini catalog. They give you so many ideas and tips and how to cut things. Simple card, more advanced cards, right? So this is what we've been focused on all week, and this is what my online class to go this week is all about. So if you want the class to go this week, you need to place a $40 order or more in my online store, but it would be silly not to place a $60 order and get something free, okay? So let me show you the things that I have made so far this week. I'm going to shut this up and show you the cards that I made. Day number 1, we made In Case You Need Me, I'm Here. We used blends to color our butterfly, and that's the inside. We made this one, Time to Celebrate, with all the blinky and fun butterflies, right? And that embossing folder in the background. That's the inside of that one. Here was a cute shaker card we made. I showed you how to do that. This is a birthday card, and then on the inside we just stamped some of those bokeh dots at the bottom. And then yesterday I showed you how to make this sweet easel card, fun fold easel card, okay? So today is 3D day, right? It's always 3D day on Wednesday, and I stayed up late pondering over this box, and I want to show it to you. Isn't that cute? This is made out of Calypso coral. It's sized just perfectly for what I have inside. And this is using that die element where the butterfly opens up. It says happy birthday right there on top of the box. So you've got a card built into the box. How fun is that? Do you guys like that? Let's get to showing you how to use it. Oh, how to make it. So we're going to start with 2 pieces of Calypso coral cardstock. They are both cut 6.5 by 6.5, okay? 6.5 by 6.5. Thank you, Kathy. I am okay. I am. I laid there for a little bit. I mean, I'm going to be bruised up, I'm sure. But I can move my arm and I'm walking and I'm okay. But it was quite the... I told Ryan, my son-in-law, you'll get quite the laugh when you look at your Ring television. Hi, Jan. Thanks for joining me. Okay, so I've got my Stampin' scoreboard here. You guys know I have a love affair with this thing. If you make lots of 3D items, or if you're prepping for classes, you know, this score board is just incredible. Okay, so I've got my marker up here at the top. I've got it on the 1-inch mark. Okay, and what I'm gonna do, hi Bill, thanks for coming today. Happy hump day to you. I'm gonna score all the way around this at the 1-inch mark. So I'm gonna score 1 inch all the way around, 1 inch all the way around the sides of my box. Okay, now just so I remember this is my box bottom, I'm gonna grab my bone folder and I'm gonna burnish all those edges. Whoop. I'm gonna pull them all in here to the inside, all the way around. And then I'm gonna get my paper snips and I'm gonna snip up these square corners just to the score line. And you guys know I like to take a little bit out so that it folds up just a little bit easier. So I'm just cutting out these corners right like this, okay? This is a very easy box to put together. The wow of this project is not the box, it's the butterfly on top, don't you think? Anybody can make a box, right? And so here I go, all 4 corners. I'm just cutting it out like that. Now I can build my box, okay? Maybe I need to zoom out just a tad. What do you think? There we go. That'll be better for our box making. All right, then I'm gonna fold these tabs, these 4 tabs in. I'm gonna add glue to the top of each one. There we go. I'm gonna put glue right here, glue right here, and glue right here. All right, then we're gonna fold these tabs into the sides of the box. All the way around and form my box. There we go. There we go. Press those all together. They will gel. That's going to be my box bottom. Okay, now here's a trick. For my box top, I want it to be just a tiny little bit bigger so that it will close over the bottom of the box very easily. Okay, so I have my paper flush with the side here. But all I'm going to do is cinch it out like a 1/16 of an inch, like halfway between these 2 marks right here, or halfway between the first 2 marks right here. And then I'm going to score it at 1 inch again. It's really going to be just a little smaller than 1 inch, which means the box itself in here is going to be a little bit bigger. Okay, so I'm going to twist. I'm going to inch it just the slightest bit out, okay, and probably a 1/16 of an inch or so, and score. I'm going to do it again. Turn, pull it out just a tiny bit, and score. Turn, pull it out just a tiny bit, and score. Okay, now I can put my scoreboard away. I'm going to grab my bone folder just like I did before and fold everything to the inside. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing I did before. I'm going to take a little bit out of each of these corners where the squares are, just up to the score line. I've actually had a couple of friends who've gotten very hurt by dogs, either running up to them really quick and knocking them over, or doing just one friend was out on a walk with her big dog and he took off after a squirrel and her arm got wrapped up in the leash, and she's the one that had to have, shoulder surgery. It really messed up her shoulder. So here we go. So I'm going to do the same thing as before. So I feel very lucky that I was able to walk without pain after that happened today. I'm putting glue on all these corners, all these tabs. I probably should have done these two at the same time, but we've got this. There we go. And this is just going to be like ever little bit bigger, so it'll go over the bottom of the box very easily. Okay, so pull that up and pull this up right here. Okay, hold that all together, and this is my box top. I have my box bottom over here at the side. So on my top is what I'm going to decorate. I'll bring the bottom back in just a second. So I have a piece of basic white, and this box top is 4.5 by 4.5. So I'm going to just place this white panel on here. This panel is a little less than 4.5. It's 4 3/8 by 4 3/8. Okay. I'm going to grab, I'll just use my liquid glue since it seems to be working, cooperating with me right now. I said that too soon. We can get enough out to get this on here. All right, so this is going to go right there. Might need to move this over just a tad, huh? So that's why we use the liquid glues, because we have some time to make adjustments here. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. That is better. Much, much better. Okay, now I have a piece of the designer series paper. This is the Bokeh, and this piece has some of that fresh freesia in it, a little flirty flamingo maybe, some calypso coral, and I'm going to glue this right on top of that box right there. Okay. All right. I love the colors in this paper. So bright and cheerful. There we go. All right. Now, what are we going to put in this box, you ask? Well, let me show you. I went and got some. Here's the deal. I know Little Debbie makes butterfly shaped Little Debbie snacks, but they didn't have them out yet at my HEB here. So I'm using these little Valentine heart snacks. And this box, I want you to see this, I designed to perfectly fit 4 of those right into the box right there. Isn't that cute? Okay, so they're going to open it up and go, yummy goodness. Okay, so now my box top should fit right on top of that. There we go, right like that. Okay, all boxed up. Now I'm going to grab my iridescent ribbon and I'm going to wrap it around here. Wrap it around my box, right like that. It doesn't need to be quite that long, I don't think. Here we go. Still might be a little too long, but better too much than too little, right? And I'm going to use some tear and tape and just tape that down right in the center of my box. I feel like I can zoom back in just a tad. There we go. so this is going to get taped right up here, but it's all going to get covered up with our butterfly here in just a minute. And I can already tell I need a little more this way. There we go. Okay, tape that down. Burnish it really well with my bone folder, and I'm going to tie a bow right here in the front, and that's what's going to hold our box all together. There we go. Okay, cut that off, and now I'm going to work on my butterflies. Okay, so we have one butterfly die that actually just cuts a score line out of the top. So this is a 4.5 by 9 piece of basic white, 4.5 by 9, and we're gonna score it down the middle at 4.5, and we're gonna make like a little card like here. Okay, now this is the die that I'm telling you about. This die right up here at the very top, it just scores. It doesn't cut right here in the corners. So what that's going to allow us to do is we're going to put our butterfly right at the top here, right on that score line at the top. Okay, I'm going to grab my Post-it note tape. Well, Judy. Where would that be? Here it is. It's in my little toolkit here. Okay, so here's my butterfly. Kind of centering the top right at the top of those fold lines so it won't cut there. And I'm going to use my Post-it note tape to just kind of hold this in place. Well, it wasn't Rory. It was with Chester, who's my Melissa. He's my grand dog, my daughter and son, and he's way bigger than Rory. He's a male, and I went to get him because Rory needed a play date, and he took off on me when I was trying to get him in the car, and he flung me right into the side of the car. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. But I'm okay. But that was my adventure for the day. I'm going to say that. Okay, so here we go, you guys. See? It cut it out, but look right here. The fold lines are fine at the top. It didn't cut through all the way through the top. So let me pull this out of here. That Post-it note tape is doing a great job of holding this all together. So here we go. And look. It opens just like a little note card. Isn't that cute? Okay, so inside of this, now I'm going to do this one a little different. On the inside of this one, I used Balmy Blue. I'm thinking I'm going to try Fresh Freesia on this one, just to see if we like it better. I don't know. Maybe we'll end up liking Balmy Blue just fine, but this is what I do. I experiment. So I'm taking my Fresh Freesia, and I'm using the butterfly that's intricate. Minking it up, and I am going to stamp it right smack. I'm going to pull this down just a little bit. I think you'll be able to see. Right smack inside this butterfly, right like that. I'm going to press it well. Probably should have had my stamping mat here. Let me see. Let's see how it turns out. I think it's going to be okay, but let's go to our mat and get a really good impression here. Okay. Perfect. Looks great. Okay, now I'm going to take my bokeh dots and I'm going to go around my whole butterfly and add some dots on the ends. It's just kind of fill in that white space. Give it a little more interest in there. I think my Fresh Freesia is getting ready to need some re-inking. Isn't fun how that die is made to cut things out like that, like a note card. So many things we can do with that. Fill in right there. All the way around. All the way around. There we go. I don't even think I need to worry about the head. Okay, so next I've cut a yellow butterfly out of Daffodil Delight, and it's the intricate butterfly die. And this is going to get glued right here on top of this one. You see all this space in here? We're going to fill that in, so don't worry about that. So I'm going to get some liquid glue. Yes, no more adventures today. You're right, Melissa. I'm done. I've had all the adventures I want for today. Okay, so there we go. There's my Daffodil Delight butterfly on top. I have a Calypso coral body here, but you can tell that this body isn't going to fit in here, right? Like it's not long enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to snip it, the body part, in half, right like that. You're like, oh no, don't do that. Poor butterfly, but it'll all get covered up. So this is the head. We're going to put it up here at the top, right like that. This is the bottom of our butterfly. It's going to go right here at the bottom, right like that. Okay. There we go. And you're like, that is really weird how it has that empty space. We're going to put our sentiment right in between that, and you'll never know there's an empty space right there. Okay, so I've got another piece of that same designer series paper. This is cut 1 inch by 3 1/4 inches, and we're going to do some white embossing on this. So I'm going to put that aside. I've got my embossing buddy. This takes the static off your paper so that those little flecks of embossing powder don't stick. I've got my Versamark ink, and I'm inking up Time to Celebrate. Versamark ink is just a sticky ink, clear, that allows that embossing powder to stick to the stamp and to the words, the stamped words. So I'm going to go right in here, stamp it right in the center of that designer series paper. I'm going to bring in my white embossing powder and spoon some on here. I'm going to do it one more time. Make sure I get it really good and covered. There we go. I'm going to grab my embossing gun and watch the magic happen. I know it's going to sound kind of loud. Oops, it looks like I missed here. Hold on. Looks like I missed the very tops of my L's here. So let me make sure I get that covered right here. That's better. Must not have stamped it perfectly, but it'll be fine. I'm going to heat emboss this. You put the gun, you can put it underneath or on top. It doesn't really matter. I've done it both ways. The nice thing about me putting it underneath for you is that you guys can see the magic happen. Can you see the end of Celebrate has gotten dark and shiny? There we go. Okay, there we go. Time to Celebrate. So now this is going to get popped up right here between my butterflies. Now, if I wasn't on video, I would probably redo the L's on that, and I probably will after the video is over. but just to save some time, you can see I didn't get a good stamp on the top of my L's, but it's not terrible. I'll put it on with some dimensionals, and I'm putting a good number here. I'm going to put a couple on either side because DSP is flimsy, right? So we need to make sure we get a really good pop on this. There we go. Right in between, cover up where we cut that butterfly's body in half. And now we're going to adhere this to the top of our box. And I'm going to make sure that those scored top edges of the butterfly are right at the top of my box, right like that. Okay, I guess it wouldn't have to be, but I think it looks neater that way, personally. So I'm going to grab my liquid glue here, add some liquid glue on the back side of this folded butterfly piece. Smooth that out right there, and we're going to adhere this right here to the top of the box, right like that. Okay, I'm going to grab my big clear block and just kind of hold. It's got some weight to it, so it'll hold that down. Let it securely glue to the top there while I put this other stuff away. And all I need to do, the last thing, is add my bling, my little bokeh embellishment dots to the top there. So I'm going to grab them out here. I'm going to let that sit, get a really good secure, and see, oh, I forgot to do something. I need to stamp inside. So since I forgot to do it, I'm going to stamp on a piece of paper here. Darn it. Happy birthday. I think my Chester debacle has me all frazzled, but we can fix it, right? There are no mistakes in stamping, just opportunities to fix things, right? So I'm going to go right here to the very bottom of this, stamp happy birthday in Calypso Coral. There we go. And I'm going to cut this and stick it on the inside. Ideally, I would have stamped it on the inside, but there we go. We are going to make it work. It's going to be fine. I've done this before, and I've actually had people say, I really like how you put the sentiment on a different piece of paper. And I'm like, well, good thing you don't know either what I forgot to do or what I'm covering up underneath it, right? Okay, so this can go now right inside, right like that. Look, no harm, right? Okay, now let's get my bokeh dots. I'm going to scooch my box here a little closer to me. I'm going to do what I've been doing all week, and that's I'm just going to add some glue dots in some spaces here where I think I know I'm going to want one of my bokeh embellishments. I'm going to put one right there. That's 3. This is 4. I'm going to put one on my label, 5. 6, and I feel like I have one more somewhere. 1, 2, oh, one kind of right here on my butterfly. And then after we do this, we can vote on whether you like the background to be fresh freesia or balmy blue. I think they both look great, but we can take a look. I'm going to grab my take your pick tool here. I'm going to pick up these bokeh dots and just attach them where I want them. So this one's going to go right there. And there's no wrong to this, you guys. You can put different, you can do all blue if you like it that way. There we go. You can do all these kind of clear radiating ones if you like them that way. It's totally up to you. I like a mixture. There we go. Might add one of these little berry burst ones right over here. And let's see. Might put another radiating one right here. And last but not least, is that everything? Oh, maybe a blue one right here. All right, there we go. The box opens like this. It says happy birthday. You untie the little bow and get all those delicious little Debbie heart snacks on the inside. And I've done all the math for you. So you know that if you buy these little Debbie heart snacks, that those little Debbies are going to fit right in. So here we go. Here's our box for today. I hope you guys love it. Isn't it fun? I like it. Oh, it looks like I got two in one spot, but you know what? I'm going to leave it. I think it's kind of cute. So tell me what you like better. Do you like with the fresh freesia in the back like this one? Or do you like the balmy blue in the back like this one? Balmy blue, fresh freesia. You can vote for me. I know what my favorite is, but I'm not going to voice it until we get your votes. Maybe I'll tell you tomorrow how people voted. But I love them both. And who wouldn't love getting these little boxes filled with little Debbie heart snacks on the inside? It's a nice size box, right? It ends up being 4.5 by 4.5, 1 inch deep. So there's a lot of things you could put in there besides little Debbie snacks, right? Okay, I'm going to pull out all the rest of my projects for the week. The box, the fun fold, right? Fun, and the 3 flat cards. Jan likes the fresh freesia. Here are my other 2 cards, 3 cards, fun fold card, 3D project. So, thanks, Bill. I appreciate that. So, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to come back to me and my fresh haircut and hair color. You guys know I usually have it a little more poofy than this, but you know, when you go to a hairstylist, you leave however they want you to leave, right? So anyway, thanks for joining me again. Consider shopping with me right here in my TuddleUpShop.com. If you use this host code 3D-a-bug, it's actually 3DEEABU9. That will tell me that you want to get this card class with your order. So think of placing a $60 order and getting a celebration item for free. So I hope I've inspired you. You have humbled me with your presence, and I'm so glad you're here with me today and that you're so loyal to come every day on my 31 days of Facebook Live. So tomorrow is Thursday, and I'm guessing I'll be here sometime in the morning, like 10 a.m. So look for the Magic Penguin, and he will let you know when I'm here. So God bless. We'll see you back here tomorrow.